Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about how to create a habit and then sticking through it, because the tomorrow and I'll do it, oh yeah, tomorrow is very famous, but we want to get past that stage. So we're talking about how to get through that and how to incorporate something that you want to put in your life and how to stick through it. Hello, I'm Ison. I'm 20 years old. I'm studying in Scotland, journalism, film and media. I'm a witch and I do spiritual shit, and I talk about movies and things that interest me. That's pretty much me for you. I wanted to create a video to talk about how I managed to stick to habits after creating them and how to incorporate them into my life. It can be challenging, but it's not that challenging if you have done it a few times and if you see the success that it brings, then you know that you can do it again, if that makes sense. And I feel like many people didn't have that kind of success in their life, or didn't stick through the things that they started in January after the New Year's resolutions, and then they gave up on stuff. That's understandable, but it doesn't have to be that way all the time. Why should I be qualified to talk about it? Well, I'm not a professional, but I'm intermittent fasting. I think it has been 2 years. Wow, that's a long time. I have been vegan for almost 3 years now, I think. I think I lost more than 50 kilos. I've done a few things that I can say have helped me understand how you can build up habits and stick through them. The first advice that I can give you is think in layers. You don't have to do everything at once. It is enough if you know that you don't have to learn everything at once. If you want to create a habit, try to think in layers. So you can start with something new and you can just take 10 minutes every day, and you don't have to learn everything at once. But after you learned one thing, you can learn the other thing, and it goes on, and afterwards you look back and you see, I've done it for 3 months now, and it doesn't take a lot of effort because it only takes you 10 minutes of your time every day. It's like brushing your teeth every morning. You don't have to think about doing that. The second thing that I would say is know what you're doing it for. Have a goal in mind, know what you want, and know why you want it for. If you want to lose weight, for example, really think about why you want it. Do you want it to be prettier for other people? Do you want it because society has told you that that is pretty? Or do you want to lose weight because you don't feel that comfortable and you want to be healthier? Those have the same thing in mind, like I want to lose weight, but it's really not the same thing if you think about it. They have different intentions and it really changes the journey. Try to find some things that make the journey fun and that give you a positive outlook on it. Third thing that I would say is know what works for you. And I mean it in a specific way. For some people, telling everyone what you want to do is very motivating. People hold you to account, and for some people it's really motivating to hear that. But for other people, for people like me, they don't like to share things because after they speak about it, it almost feels like you don't have to do it anymore because you already spoke about it. It doesn't really make sense for people who don't experience that, but if you're one of those people, you know what I mean. If talking about it works for you, then tell everyone, spread it everywhere you can. But if talking about it doesn't work for you, then really don't talk about it. Don't think about it like it's a temporary change, because if you really want to stick through it, it probably won't be a temporary change. If I would have thought I want to lose a lot of weight in a short period of time, like in 2 or 3 months, it wouldn't have worked that well. I just went on with the flow. I knew that I didn't gain all of that weight in 1 minute, so I won't really lose all of it in 1 minute. You have to be patient, and you have to adapt a lifestyle and know that you have to change consistently and look what works for you, and then change some things and then adapt, and it's a whole process. Another tip is adapt the mindset of where you want to be. If you want to become something, become a person, think like you are already that person. If you want to become a writer, maybe you are already a writer, just because people don't buy your books yet, or just because you haven't published something yet, it doesn't mean that you're unsuccessful. You define what's success for you, and until people see your success, you have to act like you are that person. You are the person that you want to become. And if you want to become that person, you have to adapt the habits that such a person would have. If you want to be a great singer and a great dancer, I guess Beyoncé doesn't stay in bed until like 2 p.m. I know not everyone is Beyoncé. You shouldn't try to be Beyoncé, try to be yourself. But you know, you get what I mean. It's just, if you want to become a certain kind of person, you should have a lifestyle that comes near to that. The 6th tip that I would have is forget your past. Because some of us feel like you're dragging the old persona that you had with you. It feels like you can't escape where you were and who you were. Just because you acted in some kind of way before doesn't mean you have to continue that kind of behavior. Only because people told you you are a certain kind of person, it doesn't mean that that's true. We make agreements with the things that people have told us, and afterwards we carry that baggage around us for years and years. Some of my relatives have told me that they still have nightmares about school. And if you think about it, it's really crazy what people have told us in our adolescence or childhood. We carry that baggage with us all the time, and it defines us because we let it define us. So take back the control of your life and think about the person that you want to become, and not about the person that you were before. Just because you wanted to do something before and it didn't work doesn't mean that it has to continue that certain vicious cycle. You can try new things. If it didn't work in the past, it was probably the method or the motive you had, and not the thing per se. The 7th tip that I would have is don't trust motivation. Because many videos are like how to stay motivated and that kind of stuff, which is true. Like, I love motivational videos and music and inspirational videos and stuff, but you won't always have the motivation that you had in day one. And if you trust motivation, and if you think the only way I'm sticking through that is motivation, it won't work. Because motivation is nothing persistent. If you trust that, and if you build your house on that, it will collapse. Sometimes I wake up and I don't want to do sports, or I just don't want to study, but I know I have to. If you build a habit and you have the mindset of, I'm going to do it no matter what, because I've told myself to do it every day for example, 10 minutes, and you know that you're going to do it, and you don't trust motivation to be there and catch you, that's the real work that you put behind the things that you do. The final tip that I have is everything is a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. And if you fucked up yesterday, don't think, oh, the whole thing is gone, I can totally give up now. That is an excuse, and we don't do excuses. Every day is a new beginning. It's a new chance to collect your thoughts, to be the person that you want to become, and to be a better you. If you fucked up yesterday, or if you fucked up today, then just think, I'm going to bed, and it's going to be a movie cut, and tomorrow will be a new start, and that's how you can begin anew. If you want to share any thoughts, just pop them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for more videos that I could do, also just write me. If you want to talk about anything, if you feel alone, if you want to talk to someone, hit me up, and have a great day. See you in the next video.